Hello everyone, this is Dr. Wholesale coming to you with Wholesaling 101, how to wholesale homes in your area. So now, in this video, I talked about now what do you do next? You got a live one, what do you do next? And that is the all cash offer. So now that we have an appointment, we need to do some quick research, and then we need to know what our purchase number is going to come at, what it's going to be. Your purchase number means what it should be, or what you should be paying for the property. So in order to calculate your purchase number, you need to determine the after repair value of the property. What liens and mortgages are currently on the property, the fix up expense. But what we really want to know is how much we will make on a wholesale flip of this property. I try to get at least $5,000 every time I wholesale a deal. Some people say $10,000. Depends on what area you're in, what the market would bear, and the deal. Now, your after repair value, just to go back on that, is just what it will cost, or what the house will be worth after it's fixed up and ready to be put back on market. So let's look at what's a good deal and what is considered an excellent deal. So a good deal, if the purchase contract price is equal to or less than 65% of that after repair value, or ARV is what we call it, then you have a wholesale price. This purchase price must include any mortgages, liens, back taxes, plus the estimated repairs in order to get the home to retail market value, and most important, our assignment fee. Got to get our assignment fee, folks. We got to get paid. The reason for this, most hard money lenders that are used by rehabbers will only fund up to 65% of the ARV on a rehab house. And who is our customer? Our customers are rehabbers, and they have to go to those hard money lenders in order to do the deal. So I call this the 65% rule. You will make your deals a lot easier to assign to an investor if you can come in with a total price that beats the 65% rule. Now let's examine an excellent deal. So an excellent deal is one that where I can buy for 50 cents or less on the dollar. So if I can buy that person's house for 50 cents or less on the dollar, it's a great deal. It's an excellent deal. So what do I mean by this? Simply, purchase a $100,000 house in move-in condition, or as we refer to it, ARV, after repair value, meaning move-in condition, for $50,000 or less. These deals come along every single day. So it's an excellent condition, and I'm buying it for half, 50 cents on the dollar. So an excellent deal is where we have the purchase contract including all expenses and our assignment fee for less than 50% of after repair value. So why is this so important? Because we make our money when we get these homes under contract in this range, and we just can't get enough of them. They sell fast, generating quick cash for us. If somebody has a deal and it's 50%, you can believe it's going to be gone from you in hours. So now you have an idea where your percentage range should come in at. Now let's look at getting the purchase number. You need to have this done prior to meeting the seller and looking at the property. If you don't, you'll be in a contract at too high of a price and not be able to flip the wholesale for quick cash. Oh, you can get houses, but my thing is you got to sell the houses. And the only way to sell it is be under my 65% rule, and better yet, in the 50%. So using my system, I constantly purchase homes in this percentage range. So we are also able to protect ourselves, so when we do get into a property outside this percentage range and unable to wholesale it, we don't have to purchase the property ourselves. We find somebody else to do it. So, but I'll cover that in detail when we get to the section on contracts and how to fill them out. The downside of this is the sellers are relying on us to fulfill our obligation we made to them, and now we have our reputation on the line, so we want to get deals done. Now granted, not all deals work out, and that's just how this business works. But if we purchase the properties right, we should have no problem in keeping our obligations with the seller while making a quick cash profit for ourselves. So because of this, we have to get the purchase numbers right, and I cannot stress this enough. We have to get the purchase numbers right. Now we're going to look at how to get the purchase numbers right. If you use what I teach you here, you will know when to walk from a deal and when you actually have a deal. So let's keep on talking about Seller Bob that I use in another video. First thing you have to do is research the area for prices. How do we know what houses are going for an area? Basically, there's some things you need to do when you go look at the property. Remember, we only have about an hour before we meet the seller, and we need to have some accurate numbers prior to meeting the seller. I would suggest you practice pulling information on homes and making sure you're able to get to all the websites prior to getting any lead generation. The last thing you want to do is have a good lead and then trying to get to all the information while you're trying to get en route to that lead. Most motivated sellers will not wait. As soon as they think they have found someone to solve their problem, the house is sold. So you want to be the person that they're selling to. So most cities and counties have a website to the records department. Most records are kept in the county clerk's office. You need to spend some time and find out if your county and city offers this. So a quick call to the information desk will answer this question along with getting the address for the website. Okay. Here's a list of the information I think is important. All the following information is public record and available to any one of the county courthouse. You need to identify the actual owner of the property you're about to look at. So the current owner, okay, is the first thing you have to do. You need to get the appraised or assessed value. You need to document the true appraisal value of the home to help figure out its market value and property tax amount. If you're using the tax records, keep in mind the assessed tax value may be old and not accurate in the records that you're looking at. You need to get the purchase price and date of purchase. This shows you how much the current owners originally paid and how long they have owned the property. You need to get the mortgage amount. How much did the current owners borrow to buy the house? Has it been refinanced recently? What banks hold the loans? Prior mortgages and documents are listed as well in there. You need to know if there's any liens, judgments, and lawsuits on it. Does the seller have current or prior financial problems? Again, this is all in the public record. And then you need to get deed information. A copy of the current deed showing property conveyance and the previous owner's history. Sales, selling prices, dates, all should be included in this deed information. So the next thing you need to do is get the structural record. Shows the actual number of bedrooms, square footage, lot size, legally recorded, the parcel number, the year built, construction details, legal description. All that should be provided. Now let me tell you something. Don't rely on the seller to provide this or the MLS, the multiple listing service. Oftentimes they're not that accurate. Okay. Next thing you have to do is you have to obtain comparable homes sold. So comparable, or comps as they are more commonly known, are what other similar houses sold for in the area. It's important to compare apples to apples, meaning that if you're looking at a 3-bedroom, 2-bath with 2-car garage, you need to be looking at those same type of things for comparables. The key fact here is sold for. You need to find out how much they sold for. It doesn't matter what a house is listed for, it's what it's sold for that counts. I'm going to cover the rest in part 2 in my next video, which is going to be part 2 of this video.